and welcome to lesson 2. After our last session, harnessing the potential of ChatGPT, many of you might be wondering, how exactly do we navigate it? Some of you, of course, may have been here before. Do skip on through if you're very familiar with using ChatGPT. And we're going to go to the menu and find sign up. This is what you'll do if you haven't already got an account. It will ask you for a password, and basically it's the same sort of process you'll be very familiar with for signing up for any other tool. Come back and log in. Right, when you first come into ChatGPT, you will see you've got an option here. You've got ChatGPT, which is what we're concerned with, DALL-E, which is for creating images, and the API, which is for integration for businesses and not something that we're going to be concerning ourselves with. So let's focus on ChatGPT. Click on ChatGPT. And this is where the magic happens. It looks a bit like an overgrown chatbot. Think of this window as a conversation with an expert, only this one's powered by AI. When you come into it, it likes to give you a few examples, they vary, of things you can ask while you're here. Let's do an example of our own. Now, at the bottom of the screen, where the cursor is flashing, this is where we ask questions and ChatGPT will respond. What we type in this box is known as a prompt. For example, give me 10 tips for promoting a dog accessories line. I can click that button or just hit return, and ChatGPT will go into action with 10 tips. Boy, is that quick. So let's just have a quick look. Promoting a dog accessories line can be a fun and rewarding endeavor. Here are 10 tips to help you effectively promote your dog accessories business. Identify your target audience, create a strong brand identity, high quality product photography, build an engaging website, social media marketing, and so on. You can read it for yourselves. We'll look at how we go into more depth on some of those in future lessons. But let's just look at another example in here. So write me a short story of about 200 words about a boy and a dog. We're not going to get anything very exciting. I'm just giving you some ideas of what it can do. Can you make this a poem? Can't spell. So you see it's now taken the content that it has in this conversation, in this chat, and it's done what I have asked. And I'm just going to show you some of the tools in here. If we didn't like that poem, but we didn't want to change the question or ask another question, we could just click regenerate and it'll have another go. I'm not going to read you the poem. But let's have a look round at some of the other icons and what's on the rest of this page. If you want to perhaps copy this response here, so this will relate to this button here. If you click it and you have a tick, you'll find you have copied the whole of this response, and you can paste it into Word or into wherever else you like. It is now copied in on your clipboard. And that will format far better than if you try and copy and paste by selecting it. Now you've had a conversation, you'll see that you have something over in your left-hand menu. And if I click New Chat, you see I can start another conversation, and you will gradually have files, if you like, conversation titles building up over here, and you can go back into them because it's saving your history. So if I click on this button, it will allow you to change the title and click tick. If I didn't want it, and I'm not going to get rid of it for the moment, I could click the trash button. Back on the top right up at the top here, you'll see it says share chat. And if you click on this, it will give you a link, copy link, so that you can share this chat with somebody else by sending them the link. Try it out. Down at the bottom of your left-hand menu, it encourages you to upgrade to Plus, but as I have said before, I'm sure most of you will find using ChatGPT 3.5 quite sufficient for your purposes, certainly for now. If we click on these three little dots here, we get to Settings and Logout. So in the settings, there aren't a lot of settings in the free version, but we can change the theme from dark to light. Let's do that. Okay, and we're back to dark again. Data controls will allow you to opt out of chat history and training. This means you can opt out of having your data used for training future chat GPTs, but if you do, it also means that you can't save your history. Personally, I'd rather have the history available to me. I'm not inputting personal data, and it already knows an awful lot more than I ever will. If you've shared any links, as I was just showing you, and you click on Manage, delete that shared link if I decide, actually, I don't want it floating about on the web for people to look at after all. You can export all your data, and you can delete your account. Pretty self-explanatory stuff. So it's a very simple interface to use.